Jordan's been given cover so he can go on a fact-finding trip to a school in Warwick. Myton School has earned an Eco School Green Flag Award after deciding to go greener 3 years ago. He's come to listen and learn from his counterpart, who's another young science teacher.
Do you have any sort of green team meetings or anything like that?
On and off we do, yes. A couple of years ago we had quite regular meetings, but I found that, especially with the fact that the main Eco School body of pupils is quite young, they wanted to come along and do activities, make things, but no teachers attend. I sort of consider it to be my thing, the thing that I'm interested in, and teachers will support me but not attend meetings. They're not that keen.
So we planted trees, we came up with the idea of doing bird feed and sort of recycling paper, and we'd go round emptying the recycling bins which hadn't been emptied.
Do you have a reward system or anything for the ones that do get involved?
Not really. I do every now and then. I throw A's at them and buy chocolate, and it's a bribe system, but it's also based on them enjoying it, I think.
We thought it wasn't really fair if we named and shamed the pupils. So we've got some monitors going around checking classrooms, and they're actually going to name and shame the teachers who are in charge of that classroom in an assembly. Do you think something like that might work here?
We did something similar.
They don't like being confronted by students, and then they act really smart, so that's the only problem you get with that. And they try to ignore you.
They don't like being told what to do because they think that they're higher than us in the hierarchy and everything, and think they know best.
That's when you need to send in the boss.
Yeah, which is why I try and press with them that you have grown up with being environmentally aware. They are having to learn, and some of them are refusing, like they're refusing to learn about computers and stuff. It's a generation thing, which is why it's got easier.
At Castlevale, Ken Heaton's arrived. He's expecting his energy survey report to be making an impact. He wants to set targets that must be hit if Castlevale is going to make the savings he thinks are possible. Clive Owen's a little defensive at first.
It hasn't been as easy as we might have wanted.
No.
It's been a really busy term, and we've got other things going on. The mocks are about to start with Year 11. But certainly I think you'll see improvements in terms of those easy hits, although we wouldn't want to say we're there yet, because we're trying to set that agenda alongside, obviously, other things going on in the school. Yes.
No, I wouldn't expect it. As long as you've actually made an effort to actually attack some of the quick hits, that is good, because there's a lot of work involved here. There's a lot of work involved in the strategy. It's going to take time. What I don't want to do is actually drown you and your team in paperwork. But I'll go into detail with the team on all this analysis I've done on data, and explain to the team exactly what all this means. This one's quite interesting because we've got the electricity usage in 205 on the black line. And this is 206, 207 here, that's your current, and that's your target line. This is where we need to be for November and December and for the rest of the financial year, and if you achieve them, we're going to save 10% by the end of the year.
Fantastic. OK, we'll have a look at those with interest.
Before meeting with the Green Team, Ken wants to check whether the school has been implementing his quick win energy saving tips from his previous visit. His first impressions are none too good.
Last time I was here, I was stressing the importance of actually using natural daylight and switching off lights where we possibly can. Unfortunately, it's not been done. So I will stress this again. The light switches could be colour-coded with very small little yellow or green dots over the switches to indicate that these are lights that can be turned off safely when there's lots of natural light, and having a simple colour coding system sends the right message to people. Oh, it's okay to switch that one, it's a yellow. Bang! And off we go, we've got savings. Last time I was here, we had good management here. There was good switch discipline. We've now got a sticker here, which is a start, but again, the switches should be colour coded so we know what we can switch off safely, where there's lots of natural light, and more importantly, posters and little stickers like that should not be by light switches. They need to be here, by the door, so as people are walking out by the door, they see the message, not by the light switch, on the door. Aha! We found the convector heaters. There are literally thousands of pounds of energy to be saved by just these few. So I'm really pleased they've got that message. Whoa, savings in the bank. Excellent. See if we can get another truckload next time I come.
The staff room isn't a safe haven for teachers not doing their bit. Ken's looking for best practice here more than anywhere.
I have not been in the staff room before.
Teachers must lead by example.
At least we've got half the lights turned off in the staff room, so that's good. The bad point is, I've got good eyes, and from a distance, I can see a monitor on screensaver. We've got these monitors left on. They don't need to be on. They could be turned off. You can see the monitor switch here, it's flashing, indicating that the monitor's on standby. So it's still consuming 10 watts, and when you've got hundreds and hundreds of PCs across the school, it amounts to a significant amount, and it just needs a little touch like that. Switch them off.
It's time for the finance team to hear Ken's verdict on their implementation of his energy report.
If I could have general feedback on what you thought of the report.
No, I thought the survey was excellent.
It was
really valuable.
We've used it actually to implement where we're moving.
And there was certainly the radiators, wasn't there?
Yeah, we want to get the valves fitted on the radiators so that we can control the temperature of our own classrooms and offices.
Yeah. It's great that you're actually attacking this issue and fitting the thermostat radiator valves, and I see it as a role of the energy champions to actually manage them radiators.
And the other one was push taps.
Push taps, yeah.
Where there aren't already push taps.
Yeah, I mean, we have already got some in the building, but I've got to do a survey to identify the areas, particularly children's toilets.
Okay, I think I'll look at that later during the day, actually, because you haven't got a particular, in my opinion, you haven't got a particular water issue at this school.
Okay.
It's electricity and gas that I'm really concerned about. We have to take at least 1 meter reading per week, ideally 2. If we don't, you're blind. You don't know what's going on. You have to. You can't stress how important it is that you take weekly meter readings. I was hoping you were going to tell me that you'd implemented weekly meter readings 3 weeks ago after I left, so I'm a little bit disappointed there.
Well, we've been busy, but it's certainly in hand now, Ken, yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's clear to Ken that keen as they are to succeed, Castle Vale haven't yet got their priorities right.
I was a little bit disappointed, to tell you the truth, that they'd not grab the bull by the horns and let's get this monitoring and targeting in. I was very disappointed about that, because it became evident during the meeting that monitoring and targeting is important. You have to see what you're using, so that was a negative. And another negative was they raised the issue of push taps on water, which is, fine. We're all for saving water, but they need to focus and focus on the priorities. Water is £5,000–6,000 a year. Gas is £45,000 a year, and electricity is £60–70,000 a year. To me, we've got a huge problem on gas on this property, and we have to channel our and focus our ideas onto gas.
If you do really slow movements, it's much easier for us to follow than if you
Having to encourage staff to implement another initiative during the busiest term of the year is a big challenge for Clive Owen. He's worked hard during the past 2 years to raise academic achievement, and he wants to make sure that the move towards sustainability doesn't adversely affect the main priority.
In the context of the whole school, it's still an important agenda for us, but we have to balance the efforts we can put into that, I guess, alongside the normal, everyday stuff, the run-of-the-mill stuff that keeps the school going.
After lunch, I just
It really seems like you do 50% of the work from September through to Christmas, and then the other 50% from January through to June, July. You're under the pressure towards the mocks with Year 11s, and you're trying to do everything you can to get the results sorted and get children very much online with new courses in Year 10. So it's a really challenging term, really.
Late afternoon. Now it's the Green Team's turn to update Ken on their progress.
Before I came, a lot of PC monitors were left on overnight.
Yes.
Yeah, all of them. Quite a lot.
And the situation now?
Me and Tom have been going around the ICT classrooms at the end of the school day and asking the ICT teachers if we could turn the monitors off for them. And they've been quite happy to let us go around and turn the monitors off.
Good. What I'd like to do is to take that point one stage further. Rather than you asking the teachers if you can go around and switching the monitors off, maybe it would be a good idea if the teachers actually delegated someone in that class each day to ensure that the monitors are off, and then your role is more of a policing role to actually pick up the ones that have not been turned off.
Ken steers the team towards what he sees as the main priorities.
We need to focus on the short term, and we need to focus on the 7 quick hit wins, which I know you've addressed quite a lot of them, but the main one is the monitoring and targeting, and that's the monitoring of electricity, gas and water over the next few weeks. A lot of mistakes are made by people going off track, you know, and not attacking these ones first. Got to make sure you tick all the boxes here and make sure these are reviewed on a regular basis and make sure these 7 are implemented on a regular basis. Yeah?
Like every day, like every week.
Jordan probably arranges like a mini review himself every month, and then you at a formal review meeting like this once every quarter, you ensure that everything's still on track with these 7 key points.
Ken's visit helps point the Green team in the right direction. By focusing on regular monitoring of electricity and gas usage, they'll collect the data Ken needs.
676 126.
He wants them to target periods of the day where the biggest savings can be made, lunchtimes and at the end of the school day.
Thanks to everyone for being so positive and making the effort.
Having to be a Green champion to both staff and students, as well as trying to cope with his first full year as a science teacher, means Jordan's got a lot on his plate. After a punishing couple of days, he's able to reflect on his own performance.
I'm just about coping. It's a busy year anyway without taking this on. It's very, very stressful. I think the main problem is I'm not particularly good at delegating jobs, and I have been told to try and sort out spreading the workload and sharing the jobs around. I think the main thing I need is just a bit more time sometimes with just planning my lessons, but it has been a lot of work.
Momentum's building at Castlevale. Ken Heaton's proving to be a catalyst for change. 2 months since they took up our challenge to go green, Jordan, Clive and the school community have a much clearer view of where they're going. They've got energy-saving targets to aim for. Naming and shaming is a light-hearted approach to making sure staff and students are working as a team and changing their behaviour. And the new recycling bin in the car park is a prominent symbol of their achievements so far. Next time, as the Christmas break approaches, Castlevale starts planning its long-term strategy for going green. Would getting a wind turbine be a good idea? Getting students involved in planting trees helps embed sustainability issues into the curriculum. And as a long old term ends, staff reflect on how it's all been going.
Are you aware how hated you were the morning after that first meeting?
Yes.